Good afternoon. This is KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Regina Manyara. Now, just off to stories that have been making headlines better part of the morning, being the 25th of February 2021. Glad you could make time. My sign language interpreter this afternoon is none other than Lucy Maura. Now we start off with the launch of the assistive digital services to the visually impaired that is being overseen by Professor George Magohe there, the Education Cabinet Secretary down there at KISTE. That is the institute, that is KISTE, where we have our reporter Yusuf Farah to bring us up to speed as to what has transpired this morning and where we are. Over to you, Yusuf.
A very good afternoon to you, Regina Manyara. We are live at the Kenya Institute of Specialized Education, where today the Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa has done donations of 300 digital devices for visually impaired learners, which will go a long way in assisting them with their learning process. You'll remember previously to this they were using brailles, which were bulky and using paper, but these digital devices are devices that can be used and they store information, and also easy to carry. And joining me right now is the Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa Executive Director, Ms. Suparna Biswas, who will be explaining to us more about this. A very good afternoon to you, madam. And thank you for joining us. So what is the goal now that the Orbit 20 is out?
The Orbit Reader 20 is a very extremely specialized device for visually impaired learners who can read, write, communicate, and even access higher education and ICT subjects, including science, technology, mathematics subjects, which was barred before to the visually impaired in Africa because of the high cost of the digital devices that are out there in the world. Our objective is to make sure that every learner in a learning institution from grade 3 to the university have access to these digital devices, because it is changing the way that visually impaired learners will access education and become ready for employment in sectors that they have never ever been able to access before, like the ICT industry, the back office work, the science work, scientific work. And so it's very key, and it's very exciting because we have been able today to deliver 300 devices to 15 high schools across Kenya that will be serving more than 295 students. We are also providing these devices to the TVET institutions. So there is the Machakos and Sikri TVET institution, and 2 universities, the University of Nairobi and Kenyatta University.
Okay. Talking about the ratio currently, that is 1 to 2 for every Orbit device. Maybe how can everybody assist in achieving the ratio that you guys want to achieve of 1 to 1 per student?
Thank you for asking that question, because it's very, very important for us to send the message out there that we are really making a change with this amazing device. We still have a long way to go. We need to buy another 1,500 devices, and this device costs $650 or 65,000 Kenya shillings. We need individuals, we need corporates, we need the public sector, everybody to come and help, so that every learner with visual impairment in an educational institution will have a device that will unlock their potential to be really independent and independent citizens who are included in the normal lifestyle of every human being in Kenya and East Africa.
Okay. And the Director of Special Needs talked about doing research on this Orbit Reader 20 to make sure that it's of quality for every learner to be using. How quality is the Orbit Reader as far as learning is concerned?
It is a one-stop shop for everything that a learner with visual impairment and a worker in an office working somewhere, because this device connects through Bluetooth to every other device, digital device that is out there. So it is important for us to make sure that we change the landscape of how visually impaired learners have been accessing education, quality education, because they are capable of a lot. They're actually gold that is untapped, and we want to make sure that we put just a little something in their hands that will change their lives and that will become a huge asset to this nation.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, Regina Manyara, there you have it, a good way and an initiative that will go a long way rather, in assisting visually impaired learners. We'll have more of this story in our subsequent bulletins 4, 7 and 9. But until then, back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Yusuf Farah, for that update on what is happening. We understand that this ceremony is being officiated, or this launch is officiated by the Education Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha. It's currently taking place at the Kenya Institute of Special Education. More details to follow in our subsequent bulletins. Now,